Hello, good morning. Welcome to Thursday. Um, I want to say thank you to those of you that joined the Zoom yesterday morning. Yes, it was a little awkward. Yes, it was also a little weird for me too. But it was great to see all of you and just have a conversation about what we're reading and just have some community time. So um, I'm going to keep marinating on the idea of a more well-constructed Zoom and maybe do something post spring break. But for now, here is today's schedule. We're going to do another No Red Ink on hyphens, and I recognize that some of you are having issues getting into No Red Ink. I think what's needed is for you to join the class using the code because right now you're only in whatever No Red Ink class I have you um, in regards to whatever block you have with me. So the code is in there. I think it's, yeah, I can't remember what it is, but I think you have to join the class to get on there. So try that for me, and then if that still doesn't work, please let me know and I can add you manually. Um, I'm not going to do any official check-in for the article of the week, but know that I would like you to at least be prepared to discuss it on Google Classroom tomorrow morning at 10 is when we're going to have that take place. And then the big one today that is new for you guys is an introduction to something called the 1619 Project. You're going to see that appear down here at the very bottom. And really, I want to start by introducing you to what exactly this is. Um, some of the videos that are going to be showing up for you guys tomorrow are going to have more in-depth information. But this is from the New York Times Magazine, and this came out over the summer. And I'm just going to read this little blurb because it gives the best kind of background information. So, in August of 1619, a ship appeared on this horizon near Point Comfort, a coastal part in the British colony of Virginia. It carried more than 20 enslaved Africans who were sold to the colonists. America was not yet America, but this was the moment it began. No aspect of the country that would be formed here has been untouched by the 250 years of slavery that followed. On the 400th anniversary of this fateful moment, it is finally time to tell our story truthfully. Um, so I know this feels very history-esque, but oftentimes the two blend into one when it comes to history and English. So yes, it's a historical perspective, but really what we're focusing on is review of nonfiction work. But the first thing we're going to do is actually more of a creative endeavor. So you're going to be asked to watch two videos. One is just a 30-second intro, and then the second is from the creator, the curator of this magazine, and she speaks on kind of the importance of it and a little bit about her background. You're not required to watch the full thing. It's like 22 minutes. I have the times there for you. It's about 6 minutes altogether. So from 4:41 to 11:31 is what I want you to watch. And then you're going to see this pop up. Um, and let me just walk you through this. Really what you're going to do is choose a character from the book you're reading. And we're basically going to create a visual in the sense of kind of how things can intertwine and how we as humans aren't just the one thing, there's multiple elements to who we are. So what you're going to be asked to do is to choose two photos that represent two aspects of the character from your independent reading book. So something, for example, if you were doing Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games, you might choose a bow and arrow and an image of the Appalachian Mountains. Or you might choose an image of her braid as being representative of her. Maybe something red because she's always angry for good reason. But that's an example of what you can do. And you can choose photos online. It says here it's best if the photos are your original pictures, but obviously I know we don't all have the photography skills that we want in life. But try to think about photos that show something about the external life of your character and the internal life. So what's something on the outside that represents them, their environment, and what's kind of an inner piece of who they are. So I've requested or recommended that you use this app called Diana Photo Light. Um, Obviously, you don't need to, but it's actually a really cool app if you are able to download it. It's free, and basically what it does is it creates what it's called blending, like hyper blending of photos. And you can design them in any way and add things to them as well. And it's kind of, you got to get used to it to use it. But basically, using that app, or maybe if you're skilled in Photoshop or you're skilled in some other aspect of photo editing and you can do this blending, I want you to create a new image and with it write in what's called an artist statement in 4 to 5 sentences explaining why you chose the photo and how any changes you made in the editing process reflect aspects of your character. Um, you don't necessarily need to include a quote from the book, you can paraphrase. Um, and the title of your book needs to be in your statement in some place. So this is my example. I finished a book on mental health, and I recently visited downtown Seattle before all of this stuff started, and I took some photos of just some of the spring scenes around me, and I basically said I found myself identifying the most with Emery Lord's essay, The Five People You Overhear When Depressed at a Van Gogh Exhibit. And in the essay, Emery recounts the experience of being depressed and trying to find solace in the lives of artists at a museum. And these two images remind me of how Emery felt and how I often feel when looking at nature. It could be both beautiful and terrifying at the same time. So that's kind of the bare bones of what I want you to do. And obviously, you're free to be as expressive and creative or as not expressive and creative as you want. But that's going to be our intro to this, and then we'll get more into the specific historical events, including um, racism and discrimination and the kind of the history that's not often taught about slavery. So that's all I got planned. Please let me know if you have any questions. Um, Otherwise, be ready for your article of the week discussion at 10 a.m. We'll start that tomorrow. Otherwise, keep on keeping on. It's good to see you all. Have a good day.